Did you know that studies show single people report higher levels of happiness and satisfaction with life than those in relationships? That's right. Being single isn't something to feel sorry about or something to escape from. In fact, it might just be the best thing for your mental and emotional well-being. If you're one of those who feels pressured to find a partner, it's time to reconsider what being single could really offer you. In today's world, there's an overwhelming narrative that being in a relationship is the key to happiness. Whether it's from friends, family, or social media, the idea that you need to be with someone to feel complete is constantly reinforced. However, this viewpoint often fails to recognize that being single isn't a curse or a state of lacking. Rather, it can be a conscious choice that opens up doors to immense personal growth, self-discovery, and overall life satisfaction. Being single, at first glance, may seem like a period of waiting for the right person to come along, waiting for the perfect relationship. But in reality, it is a time to embrace and appreciate who you are on your own. It's a time to develop yourself, learn about your desires and dreams, and create a fulfilling life independent of anyone else. When you see singlehood through this lens, it's no longer something to be avoided, but something to be celebrated. The pressure to be in a relationship is something that many of us face, often without even realizing it. From the moment we start dating as teenagers to later in life, society pushes the idea that being in a relationship is a natural, inevitable part of adulthood. Everywhere you look, romantic love is portrayed as the ultimate goal. Pop culture, movies, books, and even the people around us send the message that love is the end-all be-all of personal fulfillment. But this cultural obsession with coupledom leads to a dangerous narrative, the idea that something is missing from our lives if we are not in a relationship. This can lead people to feel incomplete, unworthy, or like they're failing at life if they aren't with someone. Not only that, but when you focus on finding a partner, you might unintentionally lose sight of your own personal goals and growth. The problem isn't that relationships are bad. It's that the assumption that being in one is necessary for happiness can overshadow the tremendous benefits of being single. So, if you're currently single, or if you found yourself single after a relationship, don't rush to fill that space out of a fear of being alone. Take a moment to consider the real advantages that come with this phase of life. Let's break down some of the incredible benefits of being single and why embracing this stage of life could be the key to unlocking your true potential. When you're single, you have the rare opportunity to truly learn how to rely on yourself. You don't need to wait for someone else to decide your plans, make decisions for you, or provide emotional support all the time. You learn to stand on your own 2 feet, which builds confidence, self-esteem, and resilience. Being single means you have the freedom to make choices without consulting anyone. You can make spontaneous decisions, change your mind, or even throw your routine out the window if you want to. This independence is invaluable in building a sense of self-worth and empowerment that can be easily compromised when you're constantly looking to someone else for validation or direction. When you're not in a relationship, you have the time and mental space to get to know yourself deeply. You can explore your passions, hobbies, and interests without needing to compromise. You can experiment with new activities, revisit old dreams, or travel to places you've always wanted to go. This is a time for deep personal exploration, for understanding what makes you tick, what excites you, and what truly makes you happy. Self-discovery during singlehood helps you uncover your true identity, what you love, what you don't, and how you want to live your life. Often in relationships, we adjust our preferences and desires based on what our partners want or need. But when you're single, it's all about you. There are no compromises to be made and no one to tell you what you should want. Being single allows you the luxury of fully pursuing your own goals and passions without feeling torn between the needs of a partner. Whether you want to focus on advancing in your career, learn a new skill, or dedicate time to your fitness or creative endeavors, being single gives you the flexibility to do it all at your own pace. You don't have to worry about balancing your partner's schedule, making time for them, or making joint decisions. The time and energy that might otherwise go into a relationship can now be funneled into personal growth and accomplishment. This level of freedom can be exhilarating, and it gives you the chance to create the life you've always wanted on your own terms. The best part? You're not doing it for anyone else but yourself. Sometimes people rush into relationships because they're afraid of being alone or because they want to distract themselves from painful emotions. But being single provides the essential space to heal. It's an opportunity to address past wounds, process old traumas, and strengthen your emotional health. Without the distraction of a relationship, you can take the time to reflect, work through any unresolved issues, and build a strong emotional foundation for the future. This emotional clarity and strength will set you up for healthier, more fulfilling relationships down the road, whether they're romantic or platonic. While it's common to focus on romantic relationships, being single allows you to deepen the connections you have with friends and family. Without the time and energy committed to a partner, you can build stronger, more meaningful relationships with the people who have always been there for you. You can nurture your friendships, create lasting memories, and rely on your support system in ways that might have been neglected when you were in a romantic relationship. Friendships often provide emotional fulfillment and connection without the same level of expectation or pressure that can come with romantic relationships. When you're single, your friendships can blossom in new and unexpected ways. To truly understand the transformative power of being single, I want to share a personal story. There was a time in my life when I felt like I had to be in a relationship. Every time I was single, I felt this empty space inside me. I was constantly searching for someone to fill that void, thinking that they would make me feel complete. But then I took a step back. I realized that I wasn't truly happy with myself. I was using relationships as a distraction from dealing with my own insecurities and fears. So I made the choice to embrace being single, not because I didn't want love, but because I needed to love myself first. During that time, I traveled alone, dedicated myself to a new career path, and focused on personal development. I discovered things about myself I had never known. I realized I was stronger and more capable than I'd ever thought. And most importantly, I found peace and contentment in my own company. Embracing singlehood allowed me to grow in ways I never would have experienced if I'd stayed in a relationship. That time spent working on myself turned out to be the most transformative phase of my life. And when I eventually did enter a new relationship, I was entering it as a complete person, someone who was whole on their own and ready to share their life with someone else. Being single isn't a curse or something to fear. It's a powerful opportunity to discover yourself, pursue your passions, and grow emotionally, mentally, and physically. Instead of seeing singlehood as a temporary state to get through, embrace it as a time to truly focus on your own happiness and well-being. It's a time to nurture your independence, heal, and build the foundation for a fulfilling future, whether that involves a relationship or not. Remember, being single is not a sign of something being wrong with you. In fact, it could very well be the best thing you can do for yourself right now. So next time you find yourself feeling lonely or pressured to find a partner, take a moment to appreciate the power and potential of being on your own. Have you ever felt the pressure to be in a relationship? Or have you had an empowering experience during your time as a single person? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video meaningful, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more videos on personal growth and healing. And as always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.